The Sultan of Oman holds a meeting in Muscat. King Ramla X and Queen Sethida of Thailand present scholarships in Bangkok. The Imperial family of Japan receive New Year greetings in Tokyo. And King Frederik X and Queen Mary of Denmark host their first New Year Gala banquet in Copenhagen. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for January 1st, 2025. In Copenhagen, Their Majesties, King Frederik X and Queen Mary of Denmark hosted their first New Year's Gala reception and banquet at Christian VII's palace at Amalienborg. Guests attending this evening's glittering event included Her Majesty, Queen Margrethe of Denmark, His Royal Highness, Crown Prince Christian of Denmark, Their Royal Highnesses, Prince Joachim and Princess Marie of Denmark, Her Royal Highness, Princess Benedikte of Denmark, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Denmark, Ms. Mette Frederiksen, the Speaker of the Parliament, Mr. Søren Gade, representatives of official Denmark, and members of Their Majesty's Court. According to the Royal Court of Denmark, it's a tradition for the Royal House to wish representatives of the kingdom a Happy New Year. While the basic elements of the Royal House's New Year celebrations have remained consistent, the manner in which these celebrations are conducted has evolved over time in response to societal developments. Last evening, His Majesty, King Frederik X of Denmark, delivered his first New Year's speech from the reception room at Frederik VIII's palace at Amalienborg. In his speech, the king mentioned a then Her Majesty, Queen Margrethe II of Denmark's last New Year's speech, the day of his proclamation, and his emotional experience. Quote, "The minutes before the door to the balcony opened, a very deep breath. Christiansborg Palace Square, the crowd of people in front of me and my family right behind me. Stepping forward and meeting so much support, joy, and love. Standing on the balcony together with Queen Mary as Denmark's king and queen, taking it all in, or at least trying to, moved and overwhelmed. This is what I take with me. This is what we take with us. Forever. 1,000 thanks." End quote. The king also spoke about his children, respect, understanding, volunteering, the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East, the war in Ukraine, NATO, the environment, and the mental health of young people. Specifically, the importance of listening to young people who are going through a very difficult time. The king ended his speech, noting, quote, "We are all united, and each of us committed for the Kingdom of Denmark." From the Danish minority in South Schleswig, which is situated outside of the kingdom, and all the way to Greenland, we belong together. We have yet to visit the Faroe Islands, and we are looking forward to going to the North Atlantic next summer. I wish all Danes at home and abroad a Happy New Year. We have much to be proud of and take pleasure in. Trust, humanity, and cohesion. My first New Year address. It will not come again, but I shall never forget it. They say a good start is half the battle. It is perhaps a bit over the top, but Mary and I could not have wished for a better start as king and queen. We look forward to engaging in everything in the new year will bring, and above all, doing it together. With each other, and with all of you. Thank you for the year that has passed, and Happy New Year. God bless Denmark." End quote. Just on a side note, if you'd like to watch the King's speech in full with English subtitles, in the description box below, I will leave a direct link to a Danish YouTuber who was kind enough to translate the entire speech into English. Okay, moving on. This morning, the Royal Court of Denmark announced that the King has established a new Royal Coat of Arms by Royal Resolution on December 20th, 2024. The King's intention was to create a contemporary Royal Coat of Arms that reflects both the Commonwealth and the historic heraldic traditions. The new design includes separate fields for the Faroe Islands and Greenland, enhancing the recognition of the Commonwealth within the Royal Coat of Arms. The Faroe Islands, which has the oldest coat of arms, is represented in the second field, while Greenland, with its most recent coat of arms, is placed in the third field. The Schleswig Lions, representing the coat of arms of South Jutland, occupy the fourth field, symbolizing South Jutland's unique history and its connection to Denmark. Last evening in Oslo, His Majesty, King Harald V of Norway, delivered his New Year's speech from the Royal Palace. In his speech, the King spoke about how this past year was, well, extremely challenging for the entire family. A year in which the whole family was, quote, truly been put to the test. A year when we have become even more aware of what matters in life. At the core of being human is that none of us are spared from pain and hardship. Some are hit harder than others, but unfortunately, no one escapes experiencing bad things in life. Each of us have to find ways to cope with it and try to get through it. I'm not a psychologist, but this much I've learned. It's important to find ways to deal with what's difficult in order to live the best possible life with ourselves and with each other. None of us can do this alone. We need each other. We need motivation and help to move forward. We need to believe that things will get better. It may be hard work, but it is vital work. It is even community-building work. End quote. Last evening, the Palais Français du Monaco released His Serene Highness, Prince Albert II of Monaco's annual New Year's address to the citizens and residents of the Principality of Monaco. In his address, the Sovereign Prince spoke about the past year's challenges, as well as numerous successes and the, quote, unwavering solidarity that characterizes our Monegasque community. End quote. The Sovereign Prince also spoke about how 2025 will bring new projects and opportunities to strengthen the Principality's environmental commitments. At the end of his speech, the Sovereign Prince, along with Her Serene Highness, Princess Charlene of Monaco, and their children, Hereditary Prince Jacques and Princess Gabriella of Monaco, hope that the new year will bring you much happiness, health, and success, and, quote, to all those you hold dear. Bonne année, Happy New Year, and Bon Anno Novu. End quote. This morning in Tokyo, their Imperial Majesties, Emperor Naruhito and Empress Moscow, Japan, attended the traditional New Year celebration ceremony in the Matsunoma Room of the Imperial Palace. The ceremony is held every year in which their Imperial Majesties, along with their Imperial Highness, Princess Aiko of Japan, their Imperial Highnesses, Crown Prince Akishino and Crown Princess Kiko of Japan, and Her Imperial Highness, Princess Kako of Akishino, received New Year greetings from members of the government. According to the Japanese news agency NHK, during the ceremony, the Speaker of the House of Representatives and the Speaker of the House of Councilors delivered New Year greetings on behalf of the members of each of the houses. The Emperor responded, quote, at the beginning of the new year, I pray for the happiness of the people and the development of the country. End quote. Following this morning's ceremony, the Emperor and Empress received New Year greetings from members of the diplomatic corps accredited to Japan. Tomorrow, members of the Imperial family will participate in New Year greetings with the public to be held on the Choeden Hall balcony at the Imperial Palace. Meanwhile, the Imperial Household Agency released 3 new photos and a video of the Emperor and Empress and Princess Aiko on the occasion of the New Year. On Monday, Her Imperial Highness, Princess Kako of Akishino, celebrated her 30th birthday. On the occasion of her special day, the Imperial Household Agency released several new photos of the princess, who is the youngest daughter of their Imperial Highnesses, Crown Prince Akishino and Crown Princess Kiko of Japan. Happy birthday. On Sunday, the Royal Court of Thailand released Their Majesties King Rama X and Queen Sathara of Thailand's annual New Year portrait and greeting. On Saturday, Their Majesties King Rama X and Queen Sathara of Thailand held an audience with representatives of the Committee of the Crown Prince Scholarship Foundation, the subcommittee for the foundation's work, and students at Dusit Palace. According to the Royal Court of Thailand, during the audience, the king presented the students with royal scholarships. Quote, the 13th batch of Outstanding Royal Scholarship students and Outstanding Teachers of the Year 2024 received their honorary shields. Over the past 15 years, a total of 2,411 students have received royal scholarships. At present, 9 batches of 1,111 students have graduated with bachelor's degrees. 85% of them are employed in both the public and private sectors, and 68% have returned to work in their home provinces and regions. End quote. In Bandar Seri Begawan, His Majesty Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah Brunei delivered his New Year address from the Royal Palace of Nur al-Iman. In his speech, the Sultan spoke about Brunei's membership and active participation in regional and international organizations such as, quote, ASEAN and the United Nations, which reflect the country's commitment to and support for multilateralism and the rule of international law. End quote. The Sultan emphasized that this, quote, engagement creates ample opportunities for growth and cooperation with neighboring countries. End quote. The Sultan also spoke about the importance of enhancing the country's competitiveness through inclusive and sustainable development, stressing the need for close collaboration among, quote, various stakeholders, including the private sector, non-governmental organizations, and the general public. End quote. At the end of his speech, the Sultan spoke about the importance of caring for the elderly and the poor. This morning in Muscat, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq Al Said of Oman held an audience with the president of the World Bank Group, Mr. Ajay Banga, at Al Baraka Palace. According to the Royal Court of Oman, the Sultan and Mr. Banga discussed the latest economic developments in the Sultanate of Oman. They also discussed ways to expand, quote, prospects of a partnership with the World Bank Group, particularly at the level of exchanging expertise, sharing knowledge, developing capabilities of national competencies, and means of supporting the World Bank's role and initiatives in the region. End quote. On Monday, His Highness Crown Prince Thiazim bin Haytham Al Said of Oman, as chairman, presided over a meeting with the main committee overseeing the Sultanate of Oman's participation in the upcoming Expo 2025 in Osaka, Japan. The theme of the Expo is designing future society for our lives. According to the Royal Court of Oman, during the meeting, the committee reviewed the latest preparations for the Sultanate of Oman's participation in the expo, including the readiness of the pavilion. Quote, the Crown Prince valued the efforts made by the committee and the commission for the readiness of the pavilion. He stressed that Oman's participation in the global event should reflect the country's unique status among the countries of the world. End quote. Last evening in Amman, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II of Jordan took to social media to wish everyone a blessed new year. In his message, the Crown Prince wrote, quote, grateful for God's countless blessings. Wishing you and our beloved Jordan a new year filled with success and prosperity. End quote. Meanwhile, Her Majesty Queen Rania of Jordan released her annual New Year greeting with a photo. In her greeting, the Queen said, quote, as we usher in the new year, we pray for peaceful, more compassionate days ahead. End quote. In Doha, Her Highness Sheikh Moza bin Nasser Qatar also released her annual New Year card with a message of peace. Quote, this new year we ask Allah to bless us with joy and happiness, and to grant our homes and yours with security and peace. End quote. Meanwhile, in Bucharest, Her Majesty Margareta, the custodian of the Crown of Romania, and His Royal Highness Prince Radu of Romania released their annual New Year card with a greeting. Quote, Happy New Year. We wish you a new year full of health, achievements, and peace in your soul, together with your loved ones, with hope and confidence for a better future. End quote. And finally, Her Royal Highness Princess Maria Chiara of Bourbon Two Sicilies is celebrating her 20th birthday. Born in Rome on January 1st, 2005, the princess is the youngest daughter of their Royal Highnesses Prince Charles and Princess Camilla of Bourbon Two Sicilies. Happy birthday, Your Royal Highness. I hope you had a wonderful day. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow on Thursday, January 2nd, with all the latest royal news and events. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you, your family, your friends, and your pets a wonderful evening. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you like, and click on the notification bell so you won't miss a new episode. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care and God bless.